You are listening to New Vision, Old Ways, the podcast that explores timeless wisdom for the modern mind in a fun, relaxed, and most important, interactive way with you, the listener. I am your host, Tony Marinaccio, and let's get the episode started. Welcome, everyone, to a bonus Season 1 episode. I am so glad you are with me for a topic that I mentioned a few times in Season 1, which is CBT, or Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. For this episode, I want to focus on advancements in CBT, but also highlight how artificial intelligence is playing an important role in those advancements and the amazing things that are now within our grasp. There are a lot of facets to this that may affect many of us, if not all of us at some point. One specifically is pain management. A very important part of this, and something I personally believe can change many lives for the better. So, without further ado, let's get Season 1 bonus episode started, AI Advancements with Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Even though I have gone over this in previous episodes, knowing what Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, or CBT, is of course vital. So in its basic form, it is a type of psychotherapy that can help people manage mental health issues by changing how they think and behave. It's an amalgam of cognitive and behavioral therapies based on the idea that thoughts, feelings, actions, and physical sensations are all connected. The father of CBT therapy is Dr. Aaron T. Beck, and he developed his CBT theories in the 1960s and 1970s, and his work redefined the practice of psychoanalysis and its treatments. I bring this part up mainly to emphasize that this is truly an evolving practice still, and I'm sure Dr. Beck couldn't have imagined 60 years ago the advancements in technology that have occurred, mainly AI, and how useful it can be with CBT. So artificial intelligence, or of course AI, is at the stage now where we are finding out its incredible capabilities. And with all the fear-mongering out there about AI, this is an area where we can see the wonderful benefits of this technology and the good it can really do. Again, starting with the basics, AI algorithms can analyze patient data, identifying patterns, and predicting outcomes. This enables therapists to tailor treatments to individual needs, considering factors like severity, comorbidities, which, by the way, is the presence of two or more diseases or medical conditions in a patient. And AI can help with recording and analyzing response history as well. AI helps match prospective clients with the right therapist and determine the most effective therapeutic approach for each individual. For instance, it can recommend specific CBT techniques based on the individual's cognitive distortions or emotional triggers. Cognitive distortions are irrational thought patterns that contribute to emotional distress, while emotional triggers, on the other hand, are specific situations, thoughts, or memories that evoke intense emotional reactions. AI can evaluate these issues and recommend treatments such as cognitive restructuring, exposure therapy using VR or virtual reality scenarios, or even one of this show's favorites, obviously mindfulness-based CBT, using apps or guided meditation and breathing techniques that are all a part of that. Knowing that chatbots are still learning, AI-powered chatbots do offer real-time support, answering questions, providing coping strategies, and reinforcing positive behaviors. These virtual companions maintain consistent communication even outside therapy sessions, which can, certainly help in times of severe stress and anxiety when there is no one to contact. So here is a pioneer in the field, Allison Darcy. Listen to what she had to say about this.
We have to modernize psychotherapy.
Wobot is trained on large amounts of specialized data to help it recognize words, phrases, and emojis associated with dysfunctional thoughts and challenge that thinking, in part mimicking a type of in-person talk therapy called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT.
It's actually hard to find a CBT practitioner, and also if you're actually not by the side of your patient when they are struggling to get out of bed in the morning or at 2 a.m. when they can't sleep and they're feeling panicked, then we're actually leaving clinical value on the table.
Along with chatbots, AI algorithms can analyze patient interactions during therapy sessions, and they can provide therapists with insights on progress, emotional states, and potential changes. This feedback loop helps to make adjustments to the treatment plans. AI models can predict the likelihood of mental health conditions based on behavioral patterns. For instance, they can identify individuals at risk of developing chronic pain due to stress-related factors. And here is where I want to dig in a bit deeper. As we all know, pain can manifest itself in many ways. And so many people live with pain that probably is not being treated properly, leading to massive opiate use, addictions, or abuse of even over-the-counter medications, causing many other terrible issues that now need to be treated. And much of that may have been avoided with AI and CBT treatments and homeopathic options that are just not even attempted. In the previous episode, I used myself as an example of this when I explained that over a year ago, I was at a point where I was feeling the worst I had ever felt for several reasons. And through my own research and talking with my doctor, I introduced a number of natural supplements that have, and I'm not exaggerating, changed my life for the better, decreasing to almost maybe even eliminating pain meds and changing my thought process on health, both physical and mental sides of that. Pain is something we experience pretty much on a daily basis, yet it remains a very complex and mysterious phenomenon, says Hayter Warwick, MD of Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. Dr. Warwick goes on to say, pain is an alarm bell that goes off in our body to get our attention so that whatever we are doing to cause the pain is immediately rectified. But one of the biggest mistakes we make is that we think of pain as purely physical sensations. The assumption that what works for acute pain will also work for chronic pain is the root cause of the mistakes we've made in medicine and as a society when it comes to the treatment of pain. Chronic anxiety and or depression symptoms are 5 times more common in people who have chronic pain than those without. A groundbreaking therapy that is attacking this issue is called pain reprocessing therapy, or PRT. This is an evidence-based approach to managing chronic pain by rewiring the brain's response to pain signals. And if you have not listened to episode 8, Designing the Mind, go back and check out in greater detail the idea of what rewiring the mind entails and how effective it can be. PRT recognizes that most chronic pain arises from the brain misinterpreting safe signals as dangerous, and it focuses on breaking the pain cycle by retraining the brain to interpret pain more accurately. In a groundbreaking trial, PRT led to remarkable results, with 66% of patients becoming pain-free or nearly pain-free after 4 weeks. 98% showed improvement, and these outcomes persisted for a year. Similar findings were observed in a 12-week PRT-like course for psychophysiologic symptom relief. These treatments include AI-guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness techniques, and positive affirmations. Remember, pain reprocessing therapy aims to empower individuals to switch off chronic pain by rewiring their brain's response. It has become a promising avenue for pain management and improved quality of life for many. The main point on this is if you are suffering from pain, there may be ways to reduce or eliminate the pain in non-medication ways. Our minds and bodies will be affected in many negative ways with continued use of chemicals that are not natural to the human body. So any way we can reduce or eliminate pain using homeopathic or PRT treatments is vital to sustaining an overall healthy body and mind. It's certainly worth talking to your doctor about, and if they are not receptive to these treatments, then it is also worth looking into finding a doctor that will at least discuss the possibilities, because nothing is more important than our health. And the less medications you are on, the better. All it takes for me is to listen to the insane amount of potential side effects of each medication that is advertised on TV, seemingly in every commercial break. And even after all this, AI can also be very valuable with data integration from various sources like clinical records, self-reporting, biometric data. AI has the ability to provide algorithmic insights where it can analyze data to identify patterns, such as similar profiles, where AI matches patients with therapists who have successfully treated similar cases, or even preferred modalities, where AI can consider whether a patient responds better to individual or group therapy. Jessica Jackson, a licensed psychologist in the great state of Texas, explains AI technology this way. She states, a lot of people get resistant, but this is something we can't control. It's happening whether we want it to or not, but if we are thoughtful and strategic about how we integrate AI, we can have a real impact on lives around the world. Another impact of AI in cognitive-based therapy can be the ability to reach people in need that do not have the ability to get to in-person visits. Behavioral intervention technologies, or BIT, can offer a solution to resolve barriers to access and expand mental health care using the chatbots we touched on earlier. We just scratched the surface of this technology and therapy, but knowing the incredible way it can help so many is an exciting prospect. And as we move along in this podcast series, anytime I can highlight the positive side of technology, I will do that. My hope is that with every advancement, we can see the amazing things we will be able to do and hopefully see people manage their mental disabilities and pain issues with a lot less medication, and that can never be a bad thing. So, what do you think? And I'd love to find out. Here's a way to get a hold of us and let us know. These are in the show notes as always, but here they are. You can message the show from each episode in most of the platforms that you're on by just looking for the send us a text message link. It should be right there. All you got to do is click it, and it should take you right to a way to message us, or you can email us at newvisionoldways@gmail.com, or you can find us on what was Twitter, now X, at New Vision Old Way. Remember, there's no S at the end of that one. It's at New Vision Old Way. And you can find us on Facebook. Just type in New Vision space Old Ways podcast. You should easily find us. And as a reminder, these are new platforms for us and expanding all the time. So we need your help to get the flow going with the community. And last but not least, if you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to us, like us, follow us, leave a review on whatever platform you found us on. That would be so appreciated. And that will also help secure guests that we will be booking in the future. So I am excited to get to season 2, and I am dedicated to making the next season even better than the first. So I can't wait to get your input, and I also can't wait until we get together for the next episode and season of New Vision Old Ways. Until then, be safe, be cool to each other, and let's change the world. This episode of New Vision Old Ways has been engineered and produced by TKM Productions and your host, Tony Marinaccio.